Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 25 of my PySimpleGUI lessons. In today's video, we're going to be updating sliders. So first, we import PySimpleGUI as SG, and then let's make the layout. For the layout, it's going to be simple, just a slider, give it a key. Let's call this slider, and then orientation. Make it a horizontal slider. That way it'll be more compact. Wait, let me rewrite this to get the format right. Slider, key with it. Key equals slider. And then we give this an orientation is horizontal. And then let's give it a button to update this, because we're going to be talking about updates. Update, and then window, sg.window, Python learning, layout, while true, event values equals window.read. We can print the event and the values. If event equals none, then we break, and then we close this at the end. Okay, so now there will be a simple slider and a button to update this. So now let's add the if statement for this button. If event equals update here, update, then let's change some of the sliders of attributes. So first, it's the same as before. We update this with the dot update. It can either be update or with a capital U update, like update like this. And then, so the first one we can talk about is range. So range changes the maximum and minimum range. The first one is minimum and then maximum. So if we do 100 to 500, then we run this. Originally, it's 1 all the way to 10 is the slider. When we press update, it will be 100 to 500, like this. And then after the the range, the next one we have is called value. So value is the default value the slider sits upon once we click the update. So we can write, say, 200, and then now when we press update, this will move to 200. We can still move this, of course, afterwards, but when we press update, it automatically goes to 200. Alright, after value, there is the disabled. So disabled, unlike the last two, is a boolean. So it's either true or false. If this is true, then after you press the update button, you aren't able to interact with the slider. You can't slide it. And if this is false, then it is no longer disabled, and you are able to freely move it around. Okay, and last one is the visible. Visible is also a boolean. If this is true, then after we update this, we are able to still see this slider element. But if this is false, then it is hidden. We press update, and this whole element disappears. Alright, so that's the updating section. Now let's talk about how to get the return values for the slider. So in order to do this, let's just make a new button to make it simpler. We can say this as read, and under here, let's make an input text element to show what the value is for the slider. So we can give this a key called in, like this, and then let's run this to make sure the layout is right. Okay, so yep. And then now, if the button read is red, Then we will read the value of this and update the input text element to that value. So in order to do this, we need to make an if event statement for the read button. If event equals read, then we update the input text element into the value of the slider. So to do that, we do window input text element dot update. This updates the input text element, and we are going to update it to the values of the slider. So we write values instead of value because over here this is written as values instead of value. If we deleted the s here, then we would have to change the s here too. But let's just keep it as values, and let's run this. So right now, if we press read, then it'll show 1.0, and then if we move this to say 4, press read, it shows 4. Let's update this. Let's change the visibility to true. And update, we read this, it would be 200. Move this up and read it again, it would be 383. Alright, that concludes lesson 25 of my PySimpleGUI course. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And remember, from novice to pro, work for tuition helps you grow.